Yeah, yikes. That's all I got to say. Caitlin Clark fans showing no mercy whatsoever, right? It is funny. There's a comment we're going to look at as we're going through the comments saying, oh, here comes all the troll poet.
Fans of the Indiana Fever have strongly turned against head coach Stephanie White, and the numbers reportedly reveal a serious public relations problem for the franchise. If the organization believed it could quietly manage the situation through marketing and media messaging, fans quickly proved otherwise. What is happening now goes far beyond a handful of angry comments online. Instead, it has developed into a coordinated and informed backlash from dedicated supporters. According to the discussion, the situation represents one of the biggest public relations failures in recent WNBA history. The reaction from fans appears to challenge the league's traditional media narrative and exposes growing tension within the Fever organization as opening day approaches. For months, some media voices connected to the WNBA were accused of dismissing criticism by claiming fans did not fully understand basketball strategy. The critics of Stephanie White were often portrayed as internet trolls or overly emotional commentators. However, supporters argue that the reality is very different. Fever fans closely study the game, analyze offensive spacing, and understand pick-and-roll mechanics. Many are frustrated with the coaching approach, particularly the idea of using a generational point guard primarily off the ball and positioning her in the corner instead of letting her control the offense. The controversy reportedly became even more visible during the team's opening night roster reveal. According to the speaker, the reaction and engagement metrics surrounding the announcement demonstrated that the fanbase has effectively taken control of the conversation, creating a major headache for the organization's marketing department.
It is ugly. Let's look at this. Our opening night roster is set. This just dropped. Kelsey Mitchell, Hines Allen, Raven Johnson, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull, Demarius Dantas, Justine Passat, Michaela Timpson, Caitlin Clark, Monique Billings, Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, and Ty Harris. That is your opening night 2026 roster. Right there. Championship season.
The Indiana Fever officially announced its opening night roster for the 2026 season. The roster includes Kelsey Mitchell, Maya Hines-Allen, Raven Johnson, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull, Demarius Dantas, Justine Passat, Michaela Timpson, Caitlin Clark, Monique Billings, Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, and Tyasha Harris. According to the commentary, the team appears designed for a fast-paced style focused on spacing and three-point shooting. On paper, the roster seems built to maximize speed and offensive efficiency. This season, the Fever social media team also introduced individual promotional graphics for each player, highlighting their jersey numbers and building excitement for the upcoming year. However, the speaker argues that the engagement numbers on these posts revealed something much bigger. The view counts reportedly provided a direct and unfiltered look at which players truly drive the franchise's popularity and business value. While the organization may want to promote a balanced, team-first image, the audience ultimately shows its priorities through clicks, views, and online engagement.
Some insight into popularity. A couple of things really caught my attention. Let's go here. Caitlin Clark, 378,000 views on this post, okay? I scrolled down. Number one, Justine Passat, 65,000. I mean, that's pretty interesting because Lexi Hull's got 73. Justine's right on her tail, right? But this was what was really interesting. Sophie Cunningham, 357,000 views on the number 8 post right here. It's clear Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham are I believe, we all know Caitlin is the most.
The speaker then focused on the engagement statistics from the Indiana Fever roster announcement, describing the numbers as extremely revealing. According to the data, Caitlin Clark's official roster post received approximately 378,000 views, an enormous figure that reflects her status as one of the biggest attractions in women's sports. The commentary portrays her as the league's primary star and a major driver of fan interest, media attention, and revenue. The speaker then compared those numbers to the engagement received by other players. Lexi Hull, described as a dependable rotational contributor, reportedly earned around 73,000 views on her post. Meanwhile, Justine Pissett, viewed by many fans as an intriguing developmental prospect because of her shooting ability, generated roughly 65,000 views. However, the narrator claims that another player's engagement numbers dramatically challenged the traditional hierarchy often promoted within mainstream WNBA discussions, suggesting that fan interest may not align with the league's established narratives.
Views on the number 8 post right here. It's clear Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham are I believe, we all know Caitlin is the most popular player. I think Sophie is top, really and truly top, probably 3 or 4. As far as actual popular, there's a lot more actual regular sports fans that know who the hell.
The discussion then shifted to Sophie Cunningham, whose roster announcement post reportedly generated around 357,000 views. According to the speaker, that number is remarkable because it comes very close to the 378,000 views received by Caitlin Clark. The commentary argues that these numbers reveal a major shift in what modern WNBA fans value. Sophie Cunningham is portrayed as a player who resonates strongly with mainstream audiences because of her confident personality, competitive toughness, and willingness to embrace a controversial or villain role on the court. Fans are said to appreciate her intensity, shooting ability, and fearless attitude. In contrast, Kelsey Mitchell, described as an accomplished veteran, key franchise player, and recent Supermax contract recipient, reportedly received around 31,000 views on her post. The speaker emphasizes that this comparison is not intended as criticism of Mitchell's basketball talent, which they describe as exceptional. Instead, the argument is that the engagement numbers represent a difficult reality for the Indiana Fever's marketing strategy. According to the commentary, fans appear less interested in traditional status, seniority, or long-standing league reputation, and more drawn to players who bring excitement, emotion, personality, and a style that complements Caitlin Clark's fast-paced and high-energy game. The speaker concludes by claiming that fans strongly reject anything they believe disrupts that entertainment value, leading into what they describe as a major backlash connected to a recent USA Basketball social media post.
I mean, the comments on this, yikes. Puke emojis. Stop promoting this awful coach if it doesn't make us like her anymore. How about stop trying to force us to glaze her? She destroyed the Vanderbilt program. Factual. That's factual. This one just kills me. The cesspool.
The Indiana Fever faced major backlash after posting a congratulatory graphic for head coach Stephanie White following her selection as an assistant coach for USA Basketball. Instead of support, many fans flooded the comments with criticism, questioning her coaching history and expressing frustration over her handling of Caitlin Clark. Fans argued that Clark should remain the primary ball handler and accused the coaching staff of limiting her strengths with ineffective strategies. The commentary claims supporters are tired of what they see as misleading messaging from the organization and media, insisting that modern fans closely analyze games, coaching decisions, ticket sales, and player usage rather than blindly accepting official narratives.